question number one. What should we know about you that is not in your LinkedIn profile?
I was a college athlete, and I think there's a level of tenacity and grit and can-do spirit that comes with athletics. I am the middle of six children. And so not only did I compete on the track, I competed for food at the dinner table because there was a whole lot of people who were hungry at the same time.
Is that where your love of cooking comes from?
My personality, and it probably lends to, my sales success is wanting to create and provide something comforting and something warm to people. When I invite you in my home to prepare a meal for somebody says a lot about you as a person and what you think and feel about them as guests.
I think there's really an analogy that we can draw to diversity when all the ingredients are blended together in an optimized way. There's a better outcome.
Diversity isn't about, African American or Caucasian or Hispanic or male, female. It's about diversity of thought. It's about people who come from different backgrounds with different experiences, bringing that experience to the table to cook up something special and new and fresh. And I think the blend of folks that have been in the soup for a while, coupled with some new ingredients, really lend itself to this new wave of how we sell in the products and services that we're responsible for.
You strike me as somebody who is very competitive and who wants to win. So and that love for winning is transformative, because once you win in sports, you want to transform that and translate it and bring it to every avenue of your life. So tell me a little bit about that.
I don't think you can be in sales unless you have the spirit to compete and spirit to win. It's a strategic plan to win, and it's complex, and it's styled differently, but the fundamentals are the same. Your magic is the fact that you're you. So you need to understand the fundamentals, but then you need to add all of you into that process that you can, because that's your superpower. That's what people lean into. That's the rapport you build. That's why people buy.
When was the first time you brought home something that everybody was proud of you?
It had to be in kindergarten. I was maybe like 6 years old. And I wouldn't say that I won anything, but I would say that I went to school and did some project, probably some piece of art that wasn't very good, but my sweet, sweet parents probably hung it up somewhere on the refrigerator to make me feel special. And being able to point to it and feel that sense of pride for something that I accomplished. Once you feel that thing, that something in your belly that said, I accomplished this, and someone's proud of me for accomplishing it, in that moment, I think, is when someone becomes a salesperson and they understand that feeling and they want more of it, or they become that competitive fire is lit. It starts with having a vision for where you want to be, and a vision for what it looks like for you. When this is all said and done, what would you want to have accomplished? And I encourage people to write that down and be intentional. And again, when we talk about superpower and who you are as your superpower, being a woman is a superpower too. You have to see it that way to believe in the ingenuity and the opportunity that it's going to take to create a path that in some cases hasn't been forged before. And so I've never looked at who I am as a hindrance to where I'm going. I've looked at it as a superpower to aid into where I'm headed.
Now you're a sales leader, you're responsible for other people. Describe your transition from being a seller and an individual contributor to being a manager of people.
You don't know what you don't know. And being a seller to being a sales leader are two very different things. And I talk to young people all the time who want to make that transition and have no idea that it isn't as easy and it isn't as glamorous as it seems. And, they're so eager to not have to get into weeds of selling that you get into a whole nother garden that you don't even know exists. When I knew it clicked is when I understood that being a manager and being a leader are very different things. To manage people speaks to process. It speaks to what I'll call tangibles, reporting, forecasting, structure. To lead people is intangible. It's about inspiration. It's about vision. It's about influence. It's about galvanizing people around a shared vision and having all the oars row in the same direction. You can be a great manager and a company can stay flat. If you're a great leader, you immediately take your trajectory up.
How do you address the gaps in diversity? What advice do you have for other sales leaders? Because diversity is driving growth and profitability, and the statistics are out, but the old biases remain.
So goes the leader, so goes the team. Your world has to be filled with diversity and inclusion. That's how you meet diverse candidates. That's how you meet people of color. That's how you meet strong women candidates. Oftentimes, leaders want to say, okay, we want to diversify our workforce. Great. But I'm going to go home to my country club in my gated community with people who look just like me and play golf with people who play golf and go to dinner with people who drink the kind of wine I drink. But over here, I want diversity. I've taken an approach to surround myself with people who aren't like me. And you know what it is? It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to sit at dinner with people who don't think like you, don't come from where you come from, see the world differently, whatever the case may be. But gosh, how much do you grow?
We gotta end this wonderful, wonderful conversation, Meka. I promise you, we need to do this again.
I appreciate it. I'm so thankful to be a part of Sales 3.0 and so eager to see all the things that you guys are going to continue to do with the day, and appreciate the time and look forward to doing it again.